What would a modern war with Iran actually look like? It's a question that's been debated for decades. While any conflict is complex and unpredictable, military strategists often game out these scenarios, based on publicly available analyses and wargaming simulations. Let's explore a hypothetical 4-week air and naval campaign. This is purely a strategic exercise, not a prediction or an endorsement of conflict. The first week would be all about shock and awe, focused on achieving air and naval supremacy. The initial 24 to 72 hours are critical. A massive wave of coordinated strikes would launch from carrier strike groups in the Persian Gulf and the Arabian Sea, as well as from air bases across the region. The primary targets: Iran's command and control centers, its integrated air defense system, and key radar installations. Stealth bombers like the B-2 and F-22 fighters would lead the charge, slipping past early warning systems to neutralize the biggest threats first. Cruise missiles, launched from destroyers, cruisers, and submarines, would pummel hardened bunkers and communication hubs. The goal here is simple: blind and deafen the Iranian military, making it impossible for them to coordinate a coherent defense. By the end of week 1, the objective would be to have established no-fly zones over critical areas, allowing subsequent air operations to proceed with much lower risk. Entering week 2, the focus of the campaign would shift, with air superiority largely established. The new priority would be crippling Iran's ability to project power and retaliate. This means targeting its ballistic missile sites, naval bases, and the infrastructure of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC. Airstrikes would methodically dismantle missile launch facilities, especially those capable of hitting regional allies or shipping lanes. In the Persian Gulf, naval and air assets would hunt down Iran's fleet of small, fast attack craft. These boats, often used for swarm tactics, pose a significant threat to commercial shipping and naval vessels in the narrow Strait of Hormuz. Special operations forces might also be deployed covertly to sabotage key facilities and gather intelligence on the ground. The economic side of the war would also ramp up, with a tightened naval blockade to cut off Iran's oil exports and import of supplies. The psychological impact of this phase is huge, aiming to demoralize both the military and the leadership. By week 3, the operation would move into a degradation phase. The targets become more specific, aiming to dismantle the pillars of the regime's power and its strategic capabilities. This includes striking IRGC training camps, weapons depots, and logistical networks. The campaign would also target Iran's nuclear program facilities. This is an extremely sensitive and complex part of the operation. B-2 bombers and other specialized aircraft would likely use massive bunker-busting bombs, like the GBU-57, to penetrate deeply buried and fortified sites like Fordo and Natanz. The goal isn't just to damage these facilities, but to set back the program for years, if not permanently. Simultaneously, cyber warfare would intensify. Cyber attacks would target Iran's financial systems, power grids, and propaganda outlets, aiming to create widespread disruption and internal chaos. This multi-pronged attack, kinetic, economic, and digitalis, designed to place maximum pressure on the Iranian government, forcing it to reconsider its position. The 4th and final week of this hypothetical campaign would be about sustaining pressure and setting the conditions for a post-conflict resolution. Airstrikes would continue, but they would be more focused on targets of opportunity and suppressing any remaining pockets of resistance. This could include hitting mobile missile launchers or IRGC units attempting to regroup. A major effort would be made to control the narrative. Information operations would broadcast messages to the Iranian people, highlighting the reasons for the conflict and offering a vision for a different future, attempting to drive a wedge between the populace and the regime. Diplomatically, this is when back-channel talks would likely intensify, with mediators proposing off-ramps and ceasefire terms. The military's posture would shift from a loud assault to a holding pattern, maintaining the blockade and air control while political solutions are sought. The ultimate goal of this 4-week campaign wouldn't be occupation, but rather the complete dismantlement of Iran's offensive military capabilities and strategic threats, forcing its leadership to the negotiating table from a position of weakness. Of course, this entire scenario is a highly simplified model. The reality of any such conflict would be far messier and more unpredictable. Iran has a deep well of asymmetric warfare tactics, including its regional proxies, cyber capabilities, and the potential to massively disrupt global oil supplies by mining the Strait of Hormuz. The human cost on all sides would be immense, and the geopolitical fallout would reshape the Middle East for generations. Wargaming these scenarios helps strategists understand the potential costs and complexities, but it never fully captures the tragic reality of war. It remains a stark reminder of why diplomacy and escalation are always the preferred path. Thank you for watching. If you found this strategic breakdown interesting, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more deep dives into military and geopolitical analysis. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Stay safe, and see you next time.